Welcome to the 11th Colonel Marbles Miniatures Review vidcast, and I've got a tremendous show for you this week, so let's get straight on.
Sponsored in part by Rattlehead Games, now offering Morgan Keith Studios products.
Kicking us off this week is German manufacturer Assassin Miniatures. This is a 28mm fantasy feline miniature called, appropriately enough, Felis. It's only available to buy from the Assassin online store. It's limited to 250 castings and will cost you €5. It's a pretty bizarre figure, and not one that appeals to my taste, I have to say, but heck, we're all different. And now we have a company that's new to me, Stronghold Miniatures. These are some preview images of greens for a new game with an oriental feel they have in development, with an initial release of 8 miniatures expected soon. First up is Kyoto the Mantis, and this is Makato the Forest Mage. All the sculpts are by Matt Lord. Magnificent Egos hold the number 8 spot this week. There are 2 new greens this week from Magnificent Egos' licensed Warlord range. First up is a dwarf who's hafting a large sword. He's a little different from the GW house style we've grown accustomed to, but no worse for that. Second up we have a sorceress who, I have to say, is pretty standard fare. Figures are approximately 32mm in height, and there is no word on pricing so far. Alpha Forger at number 7 this week. This is a forthcoming asteroid miner called a Cyclops mining machine, as I understand it. He's armed with a large claw that you can see there, and a 75mm infantry cannon. I kind of like this odd looking contraption. Also we have 2 new special edition Mephalian alien miniatures. These are being given away free with printed copies of the Distant Worlds Alpha Forge rules. At 6 we have another German company, Obelisk Miniatures. Sculptor Joseph Ockman has announced a new range of darkest African fantasies containing unusual miniatures for pulp, colonial and adventure gamers. This truly wonderful 6-piece baboon horde will cost €12.50 and will certainly be added to my personal collection since I'm collecting a fantasy Nubian army. Next up is a lovely Amazon champion costing €3.50. I'll be getting her too, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Obelisk produce next for this range. Westwinder at number 5 this week. Westwind has been threatening a range of alternative World War II mechas for some time, and here are the first picks of the range, to be called Secrets of the Third Reich. Here's a close-up of one of the new mechas. I'm a sucker for this kind of thing, and I can't wait to see the finished articles. Just outside the top 3 this week, at number 4, it's Thunderbolt Miniatures. Just another superb sculpt by Tom Meyer. This is a really excellent miniature by a master of detail. Now if only he made a whole regiment of these, I'd be a really happy man. This episode sponsored in part by the Fiend Foundry, who produce quality resin terrain at an affordable price. Okay, at 3 this week it's Crunchwaffle Miniatures. Sculptor Gail Gumon has just turned out this new centaur called Coletta Moore. It's available to purchase from the Crunchwaffle site for $6.99. This is a really good looking miniature, and I have to agree with the Crunchwaffle site, who say she looks pretty hot. I guess we better move swiftly along. Just missing out on the number 1 spot this week, and number 2 is Pulp Figures. Frankly, every miniature fan needs more hooded minions in his collection, in my humble opinion, and they don't come finer than these ones sculpted by the Pulpmeister himself, Bob Merge. A pack of 5 evil hooded minions will cost you $13.50, which is a bargain in this humble Colonel's opinion. Now I'm surprised to hear myself say the Privateer Press have got the number 1 spot this week. Yes, War Machine and Hordes have never featured highly on any previous Marbles casts, but these new Meneth Daughters of the Flame just hit my sweet spot. Maybe it's just because I'm a huge fan of hot ninja chicks in power armour, but these really float my boat. Well done, Privateer. Well, that just about wraps up another week's show. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you here, same time, same place, next week.